Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer from Unibroue. It's been a while since I've had any of these Unibroue beers, and I saw them at Total Wine. I was like, why don't I take off some old money beers? And also, it's good to like try beers that are not like new, stuff that's like quote unquote somewhat in style. They're a lot cheaper than the Belgian examples like Chimay, Rochefort, Vesmal. So great budget for people into Belgian beer. So this is their take on Dubbel. They actually call it a Dubbel on the Maudite, by the way. It's 8%, so it's slightly bigger. The style calls for 6 to 7.6% ABV. And then also it's a little darker. They call for a beer that's like 10 to 17 SRM. This is 18 SRM according to the website. The little spices added to it, which is like acceptable. The best buy is a year and a half away, so I don't know how long they go for. But we'll see. It's on the warm shelf. And yeah, Maudite. Been a while. Again, this is the beers like, available back then. Unibroue with the Blanchet Chambly. This Don de Dieu, I think Don de Dieu is one of them. And then also, obviously the big one is La Fin du Monde. So beer comes in a wonderful kind of like a deep amber to, it's deeper than amber, deep amber to light brown color. Really nice kind of like reddish hues into the light. Has a nice clarity to it as well. Wonderful fluffy white head. Let's see this guy. Off-white, light tan head. On the nose, yeah, it smells familiar. I mean, it's got that kind of like raisiny, boozy thing going on. A lot of Belgian characteristics. Some bananas going in there. Ripe banana, rum soak, not rum soak, but like hydrated raisins. A little bit of alcohol. It's got some of that like clove spiciness, definitely noticeable. Nice kind of like chewy, kind of toasted bread character, along with fruit leather. Smells quite lovely. Cheers. Yeah, it's dangerous. I mean, for beer like sitting at 8%, it really doesn't have that much sweetness and character. But that's what Belgians do, right? Like they have enough impression to make it super drinkable and like get you in bad trouble. By the way, it's nice actually not using the Teku and using the Delirium Noel glass. I've been through a lot of glasses, like broken a few, but like I've tried to keep a few, obviously with moving down here, but had to get rid of a lot of it, just like too much space. But one glass I've actually kept through the years, and I've had this for quite a while, is this like gold rimmed Delirium Noel. I purposely bought it. I just like those pink elephants. I don't know about you guys, but I like those pink elephants despite the fact of how much I care for Delirium Noel. It's just a cute glass, So follows the nose. It's not as intense as the nose. It's actually a little bit bland compared to the nose. Got a little bit of light kind of biscuity malt character. Yeah, that's the forward kind of malt character on this one. Not as flavorful as like I'd expect. Yeah, and do maybe the esters and phenols like degrade with like sitting on a warm shell? I mean, it's aged. It's these Belgian beers do age. Belgian style ales, and it's not actually a Belgian beer. Yeah, got a little bit of banana, really light raisin character. I get hints of like dark cherries and prunes. Booze is definitely noticeable. Nice kind of medium plus or medium plus carbonation. Nothing too insane. I'll go solid medium plus. Nice sweetness to it. But yeah, sells like it really is like a big double, and doesn't really necessarily taste like that. Then again, I guess Chimay Red is probably a little bit more appley, a little bit lighter. I get a little bit more dark fruit in this one, a little less of that kind of like stewed palm fruit kind of character, pears and apples. There's definitely some of that in here, but like it's somewhere, I guess, like, I mean, it's in the ABV range of somewhere in between a Dubbel and a Belgian Belgian dark strong ale, which is like quad, easy. Instead of all these words that BGCV uses, like, colloquial ways, is just quad, in between Dubbel and quad. Definitely some like burnt, like ripe and cooked banana flavor in there. Really nice and delectable. Yeah, for me, like, I was never the biggest Belgian guy. Like, even tasting like, a blind taste test of like, my friend actually brought like Westie back from Belgium, and like, oh, I did like Westie 12, Rochefort 10, and yeah. So like, I don't know, they're like, all right. I just find they're like amberish beers with some fruit esters and like a little bit of that kind of phenolic thing going on. Nice drinkability, but like, you know, like it's sort of like, it's like not quite barley wine. Like it doesn't have that much oomph to it. It doesn't have the roast complexity of obviously like an imperial stout or like any stout. So it sits sort of like an imperial red, but then doesn't have like the hopping intensity of an American beer. So it has like, it's just like multiple beer styles light, but sitting at 8%. So it's like, what am I doing with 8% here, right? Whereas I do find to enjoy the triples and the like something like Dubbel, I guess a little bit more. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a big boozy amber-ish beer, or clearly amber beer. It's a big boozy 8% amber beer with the character being some esters and phenolics and some carb, but like, you know, just like, you know, it doesn't like, you know, do. I mean, it's preference. I'd say it's preference. This is a really well built beer and very drinkable, and it's honestly a little too drinkable for 8%, but Maudite. Yeah, it's like cherry juice. It's like cherry banana juice, a little bit of carb, nice kind of like toasted, basic quality. Again, it's really well constructed. Not necessarily to my preference. So let's go with a solid rating of a 87. 87. Maudite Unibroue. You guys post in comments, what is your favorite Unibroue beer? Because somehow I mean, the price point's fantastic. I mean, these 4-packs go for like under 12 or 12-ish for a Belgian beer, versus like if you're trying to buy like 12 packs of like, or sorry, 4 packs of like actual Belgian beer. Hell, Best Mall sells for like a single bottle for like 20 or 5 or 6, I think. And then the 4 packs of like St. Bernard's like 16, 17, 18, 20. Anyway, the Belgian examples are much more expensive, and I will actually have to do more of those just, you know, for tasting for Francis Room. But very tasty beer. Good take on just understanding what something like Dubbel sort of tastes like. So absolutely fantastic. 87. Cheers. Later.